Okay, again, good morning and welcome ulit sa klase natin. So, our topic for today, guys, is all about probability, combinations, and permutations. So, if we define probability, this is an important and complex field of study kasi unang-una, ito po ay ginagamit nila as basis ng mga events na pwedeng mangyari. And when it comes to statistics, this is very important dahil ito po yung pag-compute natin ng mga possible scenarios. Okay? So for example, we have an event that will cause another event. So how much is the percentage of that event na mangyayari kapag ito yung mga variables na lumabas, okay? So when it comes to probability, minsan de-define natin siya as the same meaning ng possibility. Oo, okay lang naman 'yun, pero may mga ibang definition na kung saan mas okay na gamitin yung term na probability. Okay? So, sabi dyan sa inyong libro, inferential statistics is built on the foundation of probability theory. Dahil ang inferential statistics ay hindi mo lang naman dinedefine yung number, kundi dinidiscuss mo rin kung paano or bakit ganun ang nakuha mong number or yung percentage. So, for example, meron tayong scenario, okay? I-relate na lang natin sa current na situation ngayon. Kunwari meron tayo noong sa jeep, okay? Noon sa jeep meron tayong limited seating capacity dahil sa COVID-19 restrictions, 'di ba? Okay. So let's say na ang isang pasahero ay meron daw siyang sakit na COVID-19, asymptomatic daw siya. Okay? So, ilan bang nakasakay dun sa jeep? Sabihin natin 8 yung passengers, isang driver and then isang doon sa tabi ng driver. Okay? So, meron tayong total of 10. Okay? 1 out of 10 person is meron tayong chance na makahawa yun ng sakit. So, how much is the probability na mahawaan niya yung iba? Okay? So, doon depende yung mga certain variables such as yun bang inuupuan niya ay risky? How much is the percent na protected yung katabi niya? Mga ganun-ganon. So, in inferential statistics, kailangan nating i-defend yung mga number na sinasabi natin, unlike descriptive statistics. Okay. So, pagdating sa kasi sa probability, okay, meron tayo ng mga example such as yung nag-roll ka daw ng dice. Ayan. So, this is a probability of a single event. Okay. So, nandyan po yung example sa ating libro. Okay. Sabi dyan, if you roll a 6-sided die, okay, kung hindi niyo alam yung die, sige, ito. I-share ko na lang po itong screen. Okay. Wait lang po. Okay. So, I hope na malinaw naman dyan sa inyong mga screen. Okay. So, sabi dyan, a probability experiment is an action through which specific results or yung counts or measurements of or response are obtained. Okay. So, ginagamit po ang probability na para makita kung ano ang lalabas or ilan ang possible na lalabas sa isang scenario. Okay? Kasi pag sinabing lumabas, may mga may mga chance na kunwari out of 6 scenarios meron tayong dalawa lang or isa or lahat yun ay pwedeng lumabas. Okay? So, sabi dyan, example natin, okay, rolling a die and observing the number that is rolled is a probability experiment. Okay? Yung die, ito yung ginagamit nila sa mga sa mga games or sugalan, mga ganon. Okay? Dice kapag plural. Okay? So, the result of a single trial in a probability experiment is the outcome. Okay, yun po yung hinahanap natin. So, sabi dito sa ating libro, if you roll a 6-sided die, of course, 6 naman yung side ng isang die, okay, there are 6 possible outcomes. Okay, kung anong hinahanap mo, kunwari, number 3 daw. So, ilan ang chance doon sa 6 na side na yon nalalabas ang 3? Of course, 3 lang. Kasi, isa lang naman po ang merong, may tatak doon na die. 'Di ba? Na number 3 ang lalabas. Okay? So, a 6 is likely to come up as a 3. And likewise, for the other 4 sides of the okay? So, same lang naman po. Okay? Not unless na meron ka pang another die. Okay? So, the set of all possible outcomes for an experiment is tinatawag natin as sample space. Okay? So, yung sample space is yun po yung mga possible na mangyayari. Okay? So, example po natin, the same po dun sa die natin. The sample space when rolling a die has 6 outcomes. Okay? Of course, 6 lamang naman yung pwedeng lumabas dyan eh. Okay? If you have other example, kunwari, ilan ang probability na pwedeng mangyari kapag nag-flip ako ng coin? Of course, 2 lang. Bakit? Kasi 2 lang naman ang side ng coin eh. Okay? It's either head or tails. Okay? Hindi naman pwedeng yun. Hindi naman po pwedeng 2 yung head nung isang coin. Okay? So, that is what we call the sample space. Okay? Sample space is the total na pwedeng maging outcome, and yung isang outcome na hinahanap natin is yun po yung output noong trial event na ginawa natin. Okay? So, kapag meron tayo nung example na tulad na lang nito, okay, so yung natin, yung die natin, okay, the event that consists one or more outcomes is the subset of the sample space. Okay, so example po is when the die is rolled, event A, which is the events na na pwedeng mangyari, is rolling an even number. Okay, kasi experiment natin, na ni-roll ko yung die, ina-expect ko na magkakaroon ako ng even number. So, ilan ang possible na lalabas na even number? Okay? So, sa isang die, kasi syempre 6-side yun. Ilan ba ang even number dun sa 6-side? 3. So, ang possible na mangyayari is out of 6, I have 3 possible na output or yung event, tawagin nila. Okay? A simple event is an event that consists of single outcome. Example, a die is rolled and event A, which is yung even number ang hinahanap natin. Okay? So, this is not a simple event because the outcomes of event na yon ay 3. Okay? Ang simple event is isa lang. Okay? So, kunwari, hinahanap natin ng number 5. Yun ang pwede nating sabihin na single event, ay simple event. Pero kapag marami ang pwedeng lumabas, then hindi na yon pwedeng tawagin as simple event. Event na yon. Okay? So, when it comes to to this talk about probability, okay, dito na tayo magko-compute. Okay? So, yung percentage or yung doon sa sa number, okay, hindi naman natin pwedeng sabihin na puro roll na lang ng dice ang gagawin. Okay? In classical or theoretical probability, okay, this is used when each outcome in a sample space is equally likely to occur. Okay? The classical probability of an event, or E, is given by yung nandyan sa ating screen. Okay? Same din naman po ito sa ating libro. Okay? Yun nga lang, medyo baka mamaya malito kayo dito sa yung nasa baba niya, yung denominator natin na number of possible equally minus likely outcomes. Hindi yan minus or ano yan, yung definition niya lang. Okay, likely outcomes. Okay? So, probability is equal to the number of events, outcomes in event divided by the total number of outcomes in sample space. Okay? So, example is a die is rolled, and if we find the probability of the event of rolling A, which is yung sabihin na natin na yung hinahanap natin is 5 lang daw. Okay? Dapat 5 ang mapalabas doon sa 6 possible outcomes. Okay? So, there is one outcome on event A na hinahanap natin na ang 5. Okay? Ang magiging ano dyan is, magiging formula is, probability is equals to 1 out of 6 events or equal to 0.67 or 0.17 kung sakali man na ano. Okay? So, pag sinabing 0.17, yun po yung chances na mangyayari yung hinahanap natin na 5 ang lalabas. Okay? So, that is on how to compute the probability. Okay. So, meron din naman tayo nung hindi classical probability. Meron din tayo ng empirical probability or statistical probability. Okay. So, this is based on observation. So, wala ito doon sa libro natin, but almost the same lang naman yung concept niya eh. Okay. This is based on observations contained in probability experiments, and the empirical frequency of an event is the relative frequency of event E. Okay? So, or yung event na natin. So, the same lang naman po yung formula. Okay? The frequency of event divided by the total frequency. So, for example, we have a travel agent that determines that in every 50 reservation she makes, 12 will be for a cruise. Okay, or yung mga nasa nasa barko. Okay? So, what is the probability that the next reservation she makes will be for a cruise? Okay. So, ang ang formula is the same lang naman. Okay, ang hinanap lang naman natin, event natin is yung kapag yung kanyang customer ay for cruise daw yung kanyang hinahanap, then probability is equal to 12 out of 50 passengers or equal to 0.24. Okay? So, the same lang naman doon sa natin, sa kanina na example natin, di ba? Okay. So, meron din naman tayo ng mga event na na ilang beses daw pero meron lang siyang hinahanap na possible na mangyayari. Okay? So, ayan. As an experiment is repeated over and over, the empirical probability of an event approach the theoretical or actual probability of the event. So, for example, ilang beses ka daw nag-flip ng coin. Okay? Sabi dyan, si Sally daw, flips a coin 20 times and gets 3 heads. So, 3 lang daw yung nakuha niyang yung head doon sa pag-flip niya ng coin. So, the empirical probability is 3 out of 20. Okay? 3 times lang siya nakakuha ng head out of 20 times na nag-flip siya ng coin. So, this is not representative of the theoretical probability, which is 1 out of 2 na sinasabi ko kanina, yung possible na mangyayari lang kapag nag-flip ka ng coin. Okay? Sa isang event lang yun. Isang beses lang siya nag-flip ng coin 1 out of 2. Oo. Pero, yung 20 times ka mag-flip tapos may hinahanap ka, then hindi na yun po theoretical probability. Empirical probability na po yun. Okay? As the number of times Sally tosses the coin increases, the law of large numbers indicate that the empirical probability will get closer and closer to theoretical probability. Okay? So, I hope malinaw tayo doon. May mga times din naman po na example natin is, ayan, the following frequency distribution represents the ages of 30 students in a statistics class. Okay? What is the probability that a student is between 26 and 33 years old? So, for example, meron tayo ng age bracket na nandito sa ating screen. Okay? So, ages 18 to 25, we have frequency of 13. Okay? And then, meron din tayo ng ages 26 to 33. We also have a frequency of 8 lang daw. So, in summation of all of the frequency, we have 30 students. Okay? So, let's say, ilan ba ang probability that a student is between 26 and 33 years old? Of course, yung nandyan na, 8, di ba? 8 out of 30 students that is the probability na yun nga yung age bracket nila. So, 0.267 or 0.27 ang probability ng frequency na magkaroon tayo ng estudyante ranging from 26 years old to 33 years old. Okay? So, that is the definition ng probability. Sa ating libro, meron din tayong example dyan, kung mapapansin ninyo doon sa page right after noong probability of single event na topic. Nag-roll sila ng dalawang die. Okay? So, 2 dices, and then ang hinahanap daw ay dapat doon sa dalawang dice na yon, ang total na lalabas ay number 6. Okay? Let's say, doon sa unang die ang lumabas 2, tapos ikalawang die is 4, dapat 6 daw yung lalabas. So, kung ganun ang hinahanap natin, ang possible na outcome sa pag-roll mo ng dice ay 36. Paano nangyaring 36? Kasi, meron tayong possible scenario na kapag nag-roll ka, ang lalabas ay una, sa die 1, 1, and then die 2 is 1 din. The total would be 2. Okay? Hanggang doon sa nag-roll ka ulit, ang lumabas na naman is 1 doon sa isa, 2 naman doon sa kabila, total of 3. So, kapag pinagsama-sama mo lahat yung mga possible scenario na yon para may-roll mo lahat ng possible na combination, then you'll have a total of 36 possibility. And out of 36 na yun, ang pwede lang mapalabas na total ay na ang hinahanap mo ay 6 ay 5 lang. So we have 5 out of 36 possibilities. Okay? So the probability po nun is of course 5 divided by 36 is yun na po yung answer sa pag-roll ng die na dalawa na gusto mong lumabas ay 5. Okay? So, yun po yung natin. Yun po yung definition ng probability. Okay. So, next naman po is yung usapan naman po about sa permutations. Okay? So, let's go to the discussion about permutation. So, a permutation is an ordered arrangement of objects or the number of different permutations of n or yung number ng natin, object natin. Okay? So, saan na yun? Wait lang, hinahanap ko lang saglit. Okay. So, sabi dyan, meron daw tayong example na suppose you had a plate with 3 pieces of candy on it. Okay? Meron daw isa, ang kulay niya ay green, yung isa yellow, and yan yung isa is red. Okay? So, you are going to pick up these 3 pieces one at a time. Okay? The question is, in how many different orders can you pick up the pieces. Okay? So, sabi dun sa ating libro, the table below lists all possible orders, and these two orders in which red is first and red, yellow naman isa, and then green and red, and then green and yellow, and so on. Okay. Similarly, there are two orders in which yellow is first, and two orders in which is green naman po yung nauna. Okay. So this makes 6 possible orders in which the pieces can be picked up. Okay? So, sample, yung ano natin dyan, yung table natin, the formula for the number is shown below, which is the 6 daw. Okay? So, when the number is the number of pieces to be picked up, the symbol, yung parang exclamation point dyan, stands for factorial. Okay. So, these examples are, for example, meron daw tayong 3 piraso ng candy. Okay. So, 3 factorial. So, 3 times 2 times 1 is equals to 6. Yun po yung natin. Yun po yung possible na order na mangyayari yung ating mga combination na yon. Okay. So, meron din tayo ng other example dyan. Okay. So, Giga Life. Kala ko kung ano na. Giga Life app. Okay. So, for example, meron daw tayo instead of 3 candies na kanina, yung red, yellow, and green. Sample daw, meron daw tayong 5 candy. Okay. So, if we have 5 candies to be picked up, okay, they could be picked up in any of the 5 na order natin. So, 5 factorial is equals to 120 orders. Okay. Pwedeng red, green, yellow. Hindi kasi, 5 iba't ibang kulay na candy daw. Okay, yung kanina, 3 lang yon. So, kung marami tayong color na pwedeng mangyari, okay, mas dadami yung possible order na pwede nating ma-pick up yung mga bagay-bagay na yan. Okay? So, 5 na items is equals to 120 orders. Or, in short, 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is equals to 120. Yun po yung sa factorial. Okay? So, let's see, meron ka daw sana yan? Yeah. How many different surveys are required to cover all possible question arrangement if there are 7 questions in a survey? Okay. So, of course, pag sinabing 7 dyan and hinahanap mo yung permutation, magkakaroon ka po ng total of 5,040 surveys. Okay. Or 7 factorial. So, 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Ganyan po karami ang possible na order ng question na na pwede mong gawin sa survey mo. Okay? So, yun po yung natin. Yun po yung pwedeng maging output natin sa pagkakaroon lang ng 7 questions. Okay? So, the number of permutations of number ng elements taken the R at time is, yan po yung natin, yung meron ka na daw saan na yun? Wait lang. Possible order yung kanina, permutation pala ito. Okay? So, yung kanina, possible order lang yun. Okay, so then, sample natin. You are required to read 5 books from a list of 8. Okay? In how many different orders can you do so? Sample po natin is yung 8 daw na libro, 5 daw ang babasahin mo doon. So, ilan yung permutation mo doon? Okay. So, ganito po yung formula natin. NP CR is equals to the number na possible na or total number of elements, okay? And then yung R naman po is yung output na pwede mong gawin, okay? So 8 divided by 8 minus 5 na factorial, you'll have the 8 factorial divided by 3 factorial. You'll have, okay, kapag gagawin natin to, okay, pwede nating i-cancel out na lang yung iba. Okay, pwedeng ganyan or pwede mo rin namang i-divide na. Okay, so you'll have 6,720 ways on how to read the 5 books out of 8 na libro, okay, in different order. Okay, let's say inuna mo daw yung isa, tapos yung ikalawa naman is iba naman na libro. Okay, the next time na binasa mo ulit yun, ibang order na naman. Inuna mo daw yung ikalong libro bago yung una. Okay, kapag pinagsama-sama mo lahat ng yun, you'll have a total of 6,720 ways on how to read the 5 books. Okay, so meron din naman tayo ng mga other examples naman po ng permutations. Okay, so di ko na lang ito isasabihin. Doon na lang tayo sa combination. Kasi ang permutations, guys, is hinahanap mo lang naman ang possible na na order, okay, na pwedeng mangyari. Unlike sa combination, which is parang permutations nga lang siya. Yun nga lang, hindi mo na uulitin yung the same lang na scenario. Okay? So, for example, yung sa natin kanina, sa example natin na candy. Okay? Red, green, and yellow na candy. Tapos, nakita natin ng possible order nun ay 6. Okay? Pero kapag sinabi mong kukuha ka daw ng dalawa sa 4 na yon every time na kukuha ka ng mga candy, you'll have a permutation of 12. Okay, paano na-compute yun? Yung NPR. Okay, sa NPR is equals to yung total number minus yung kinukuha mong number na doon sa total element or units na kasama sa kasama sa study mo. Okay? So, next naman po is the combination. Ito po, hindi natin ibibilang yung the same po na output. Okay? Kung makikita nyo po sa table na nandun sa after ng combinations na paragraph, okay? Sabi dyan, a combination is a selection of the objects from a group of the number ng elements mo, okay, when order does not matter. Okay, hindi naman po importante na, kunwari, kanina sa permutation, meron tayong order na green and orange yung nauna. Ngayon, hindi na natin ibibilang kapag orange at green dahil combination na yun eh. The same lang naman siya sa concept nung dalawang nangyari kanina. Okay? So, the number of combinations of objects selected from a group of object is, ganito po yung computation. NCR, okay? N is the number of objects in the collection, and then yung R naman po is taken from the collection or yung hinahanap mo. Okay, so NCR is equals to N factorial minus N minus the number of elements taken from the collection times the number of objects taken from the collection. Okay, so kung kanina, you are required to read 5 books from a list of 8. In how many different ways can you do it if the order doesn't matter? Okay. Kung kanina sa permutations, the order does matter. Ngayon naman hindi. Kaya magiging mo doon, magiging output mo is ganito. Okay? So, 8 factorial divided by 3 factorial times 5 factorial, you'll have 56 combinations lang compared doon sa kanina na meron tayong saan na yun? Meron tayong 6,720 ways. Bakit ganun karami ang nabawas, sir? Kasi hindi naman na importante yung order niya. Basta nag-join lang sila, nagkaroon lang tayo ng combination, yun na yun. Okay? So, for example po, doon sa ating libro, meron tayo noong nakalagay dyan, yung sa candy natin, okay, kung kanina we have 12 possibilities based on our permutation, ngayon naman meron na lang tayong 6. Bakit? Kasi yung combination po ng mga iba is nangyari na on the earlier combination ng mga pagkuha mo ng candy. Okay? So, ganun po ang combination, guys. Hindi naman na importante kung nakalagay po doon yung possible na lalabas na order niya. Okay? Ang importante lang is mag-join po yung mga elements doon sa collection mo. Okay? Na hinahanap mo. Okay? So, that ends the discussion on the permutation, combination, and yung possibilities na topic natin. Okay? So, in a real life scenario po nito, okay? Kunwari, gagamitin natin ang combination, okay? Sa natin? Sa loto. Ayan. Marami tayong klase ng loto. Meron tayong loto na pang malakihang premyo, okay, pero mas madami ang number na huhulaan mo, okay? So, in a state lottery, you must correctly select 6 numbers in any order. 'Di ba? Ganun naman sa loto. Basta in any order, pag lumabas yung 6 na number out of 44 na numbers na pinili mo, okay? Ewan ko lang sa ibang klase ng loto, meron pang 49 na numbers, 54 na numbers, depende na lang 'yan. So, yung usual naman is 44. Okay? How many ways can the 6 numbers be chosen from the numbers na 44? If you purchase one lottery ticket, what is the probability of winning the top prize or yung grand prize natin? Okay. Unang i-compute natin is yung ilang ways ba ang pwede mong tayaan para makuha mo yung 6 numbers na lalabas. Okay, kung gagamitin natin yung combination na formula, okay, 44 combination of 6, okay, is equals to 44 factorial divided by 6 factorial minus yung 44 minus 6, okay, 38 factorial, okay? So, ang kailangan mong tayaan para makuha mo yung 6 na numbers na yan ng tama in any order is 7,059,052 combinations. Okay? So, kung gusto mong maka-sure shot sa isang lottery ticket, guys, yan po yung ticket na tatayaan mo. No? Kunwari, meron kang tagbe 20 bawat isang combination. Okay? Kung ganyan karami, let's say, calculator, okay, 7,059,052 times 20. Okay? So, kung meron kang 141,181,040 pesos, pwede mong tayaan lahat ng number na yan at sigurado mananalo ka. Okay? Pero make sure lang na ang tatayan mo is mas higit pa dito plus tax. Okay. So, and then, syempre, pag compute po natin, yung probability na mangyayari yon kapag isa lang ang tinayaan mo is 1 out of 7,059,052 combinations is equal to 0.00000014 na possible na lalabas. Okay, so ganun po yung yung sa kapag statistics na po yung usapan natin. Okay? So that ends the discussion for now. I hope you learn something po pagdating po sa usaping possibility, possible orders, permutation, and combination. So again, good morning guys and have a nice day po. Okay, guys, kindly turn on your camera na po.